Hey guys, I'm David.
And I'm Adam.
And today we're going to talk about hair shaming. Is that even a thing? Personally, I say that it is. So Adam said that he's been through some hair shaming. I've been through some hair shaming. And we just want to talk about that as a thing. Talking about someone going bald and pointing that out is something in our society that's really accepted. And it actually really bothers you. Like, it bothered me a lot. I've told this story before on my channel, but the first time that I sort of it really hit me in the gut hard that I was going bald was when I was at the Mixed Music Awards, which is like the MTV Music Awards of the Philippines. And I was sitting down, this famous singer who I had a huge crush on. She was like my celebrity crush. She sat down next to me. And I was about 4 years older than her. And I told her that I really liked this one song of hers. And she said, "How do you know that song? You're so old." And I was like, oh man, that hurt. Guess this girl is not going to date me, and she didn't. So, but also, I never had hair when she knew me. So who knows? Maybe if I had hair, she would have changed her mind. And, a lot of people will say, get this on my YouTube channel a lot, suck it up, right? You just need to suck it up, like you're going, balding is natural, bald is beautiful, all this kind of stuff. I don't think that that's completely true at all. And I did a concert in California this past weekend with a really famous Filipina singer. And she was talking about first meeting her husband. Her husband is not famous, but at that time, she was one of the most famous artists in the Philippines. And her and this other singer were sitting right behind me. They didn't know that I'd ever had a hair transplant or that I ever was pretty bald. And so I'm just listening to their conversation. And she's talking about when she first met her husband 12 years ago. And she said, yeah, when I met him, he was so handsome. And I just looked at him and I just thought, wow, he's such a handsome guy. I really have a crush on that guy. And the other female singer said to her, oh yeah, that was before he lost all of his hair and went bald. And she was like, yeah, like this. And I was like, like that. I can only imagine that guy, her husband now, if he had been sitting there, listening to that conversation, like how bad he would feel, and that she felt like that she felt, and this is, even like gaining a lot of weight, I feel like this is something that you can do a little bit more about generally, right? I mean, some people can't. I know people have medical conditions and things, but going bald is something that, unless you go to the extremes where we're at, which are still a little bit on the edge of the taboos, you really can't do much about it, and you just feel helpless, right?
Oh, right, absolutely, yeah. Her husband would have probably been devastated if he heard that.
Man. Yeah, it hurt my feelings that I wasn't even the guy who'd gone bald, So I do think that going bald is looked down on a lot more than people sort of make it aware. Just because there are a couple of famous bald actors who get away with it, that doesn't mean that your dating life just gonna be is just as awesome if you're bald.
Right.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah.
If you've got a cool actor who buzzes his head now, by looking at that, you're gonna think, oh yeah, every girl's gonna love me now because I have a bald head, right?
Yeah.
No. Unfortunately, it doesn't happen like the movies, right?
Yeah.
We're not all millionaires with great jobs.
The other thing is that a lot of people say, oh, just go to the gym a lot, just put on a bunch of muscle, and then it's fine. Then you'll be a muscly bald guy. Well, what if I don't want to spend an hour and a half at the gym every day for the rest of my life just so I can be like the bald guy with some muscle?
Right, yeah, just so you can end up like Mr. Clean, right?
Yeah.
No, and I think you bring up a great point as well, is, there are things that people get shamed for that you might be able to do a little bit more things proactively, right? Like, weight, muscle, stuff like that. Hair, you're so limited, right? And it's not something you can't go lift a bunch of weights and run 10 miles and grow hair. You have to have some sort of procedure, some sort of medication. It's different than, you can shame somebody for some of these things, but then when you get shamed for being bald, you don't really have too much of an outlet, right?
Yeah.
You don't have much you can do about it.
I think short is another one too. That's another one where there's nothing you can do other than wear heels, right? But yet it's still pretty accepted to do that. I know my favorite artist is Prince. I'm obsessed with Prince, and Prince hated Justin Timberlake, and that's actually why a lot of Prince fans really didn't like the fact that at the Super Bowl, Justin Timberlake did this Prince tribute thing after he died, the year that he died, because it was a known fact that that Prince didn't like Justin Timberlake, and part of that was that Justin Timberlake accepted an award on behalf of Prince. I think it was American Music Awards, Lifetime Achievement Award, and he goes up to the stand and he goes like this, and here's the microphone, and he goes, "I would like to accept this award on behalf of Prince." And what a jerk, man, to do that as you're accepting an award for somebody. But there are certain things, height and bald, that it's kind of okay to make fun of somebody. Even more bald, I think, it's totally fine. You know?
No, and we've all got stories kind of like you had in the past with your musical crush. I've had a friend come in while I'm working at a desk. Actually, this has happened from a coworker. It's happened from a friend on 2 different occasions where they came in and they said, "Geez," because I'm a little bit of a taller guy. I'm 6 foot.
Oh, okay.
So
I haven't seen you stand up.
Right. So
I'm not.
so people can't really see the top of my head as easily, right? And so but when I was sitting down working, I had a coworker come over and he touches the top of my head. And he's like, "You don't have any hair here." And then 2-3 months later, I had a friend, exact same thing. They just randomly came up, touched the top of my head, and said, "You don't have any hair up here at all."
Wow.
And I was like, "Oh, well, appreciate it, thank you."
Yeah, it seems kind of invasive, huh?
Yeah, I mean, and I've heard from my ex-girlfriend before, where she said, "Hey," so she finally came out and asked me one time, "Hey, do you just shave your head all the time because you like the way it looks, or are you receding?" And I said, "Well, past receding, I don't have any hair at the top, so I shave it, and it just you keep it the way it is, and it keeps questions going away. It makes me feel more comfortable at that point." So I've had these questions, even though minor questions like these and little pokes and prods, they can go a long way.
Yeah. It's the equivalent of asking a girl who's overweight, do you just wear baggy dresses because you're fat?
Yeah.
Why would you do that? Just tell the person they look great in whatever they wear,
Right.
And be nice. So anyway, I thought this is just something I wanted to talk about because I'm hanging out with Adam today, and we've both been bald. Adam's in the process of getting more hair. I'm in the process of keeping the hair that I've got, and hopefully this helps you a little bit relate to kind of wherever you're at on your journey. But bald shaming is not cool. Don't do it.
It's definitely not cool. And if you want to do something about it, get in touch with somebody local. Get on Google, call somebody, get a consultation. If you're in the Austin, San Marcos area, reach out to Dr. McGrath and his team. Excellent staff, and I really appreciate the opportunity to come in and talk with David here and tell you a little bit more about my story and stuff that I went through. And I hope that helps to get everybody there a little bit more knowledge about what's going on, and hopefully you can get to the end of your process as well.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks so much.
Appreciate it, Adam. Yeah.